Hey everybody, this is TechFour here. I just got this replay sent to me from InfDoubleD. He said he wanted me to take a look at it and tell him what I thought, so that's what this is. It's just going to be kind of trying to help out my buddy here, see what he thinks, he's doing in ZVZ, and just going to help him out and see what he can improve with, etc. InfDoubleD is a Platinum player on the EU server, Platinum on the NA server as well, but this is EU. So I'm up against GKR. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit dyslexic, but we're really not going to focus too much on like a casting, entertainment type of setting here. We just want to look at what InfDoubleD decides to do, analyze it, decide if what he's doing is correct. Not really correct. I guess that's not the right word. But is it optimal, or is there other things he could be doing better? You can see he's going for an 11 Overlord. He got the Overlord before getting the 11th throne, so far so good there. He's going to be scouting out, seeing what he's doing. Personally, I don't scout in ZVZs, but at this level it's probably a good idea. I mean, it's probably a good idea at my level too, I'm not going to lie, but I don't know, I just don't do it. Generally you see one of three builds, whether it be hatch first, pull first 14-14, or you see an all-in. All-ins are pretty rare, like pull before Overlord all-ins. I mean, if I was a scout, it would definitely save me sometimes, but I don't do it, so not really too much I can say. There's the 14 pool. He had that 14 gas before. Get the gas on 1100 minerals. So perfect so far. He's finally getting to the base. He's gonna see what he sees. Overlord position, I'm not too happy with that. I like to see first Overlord come out right around this area, that way you can scout for an expansion or anything. Second one, you want to go in the middle. Third one, you want to get somewhere outside your base to scout for bailings. Not actually making anything right now, just getting his queen out. Oh, queen is probably, I was looking at the wrong one, so getting out his spawning pool. He doesn't have his queen out yet. It looked like a little earlier pool from his opponent, which he scouted out. These pool about to finish, and I'm sure you'll get a queen right after these, floating quite a bit of minerals. It's actually going to go ahead and get 3 pairs of Zerglings and the queen at the same time. Still floating some minerals. I'd like to see him do something with those at this point. He's getting link speed at the same time. That's good. I guess yeah, he's actually doing alright. He just spent out a bunch of minerals. I didn't see he was going to get the link speed. Link speed. Went up some more Zerglings. Just ran right past that drone. I would have liked to see that drone die, but he's going to try to get some early pressure on. Not sure how I feel about early pressure in this build. Getting out, I believe he has 8 lings on the board right now. Yes, he does 8 lings. And this is on a 14-14 opener. The problem with this is your pool is a little bit late to do any type of aggression. Yes, if you hatch first, you might be able to do something out of it. GKR already has that spine crawler down. Looks like he's going to go 1 base roach. I don't like that kind of play, and I think InfDoubleD's ahead just because he's doing that kind of play. But these lings aren't going to do anything. It's just a waste. He could have 4 drones out instead of those. Generally, if I'm doing 14-14, unless I scout him going hatch first, or him trying to get bailings early on 1 base and I feel like I need to defend, it's a good thing to just get out 2 pairs of Zerglings, and then you're all set from anything else. I mean, it's tough too, because he is trying to do some damage here. He did tell me before that he was a little bit worried about what do you call it, on ZVZ, and I gave him a build, just 14-14 and go all in, which it can be effective. I will say that he is doing a good job with everything here. Getting down a Evo chamber. I'd like to see him expand out of this. He has a lot of minerals. Ling bailing all in can be very powerful. Looks like he's going to get those bailings in the mineral line right now. That's really strong. He's killed a bunch of drones. At this point, he's going to back up and get back to his base because he's won the game. Just defend from roaches. He should be getting up spine crawlers, which he is. Getting up the Evo chamber, which we said earlier. And he should just be pumping a bunch of lings at this point. 14 coming out right now. That's a really, really well played by Dark Daddy. Only problem with that is that's a really risky play. If GRK could have scouted that a little bit better, could have pulled his drones out of the way as a spine crawler and a queen to end a bunch of roaches to push down all those bailings, should have been okay. I don't know why GRK is it GRK or GKR? GKR is expanding here. He shouldn't be. He really needs to just worry about getting his drones back up or going all in. He's so far behind at this point. We can look right at the resource tab, income tab. Like, it's Dark Daddy's so far ahead at this point. Only problem is now he's getting the Roach 1-on-1 base. I'd like to see that expansion coming out earlier. As I was saying before those bailings come in, Ling bailing, it can be expensive, but it isn't that expensive. You really can afford to expand while doing it. Generally, you'll see pros expand around 21 supply. Yes, that can be effective, but with a Ling, they usually don't go Ling bailing all in. They have a time that they do it. Usually 14-14, just a way to open up and get the expansion safely. So you want to get a couple bailings and a few Lings, and you want to scout out for what your opponent's doing. The thing is, if you get to like 2-3 bailings and just a handful of Lings, you can kill like pretty much infinite bailings, infinite speedlings. But you gotta watch out if he's gonna get bailings himself, and then you have to react accordingly. Get that spine crawler down at your natural ASAP. Good job, Dark Day coming in with the Overlord coming in here. But yeah, that is decent play by him anyway with those bailings and everything. What I was gonna say is, if you scout roaches on one base, always expand. Putting himself in a real tough situation by going all in against that. Yeah, you can do some damage like he did. However, roaches are so slow that really all you need to do is take an expansion, drone up, and then you can start making your army, and you should be way ahead of your opponent as is. Roaches are so bad in the early game. They're only good in really two situations, to be honest. I'll talk about that right after this. Good job getting the surrounding Lings. However, he should have ran in with the roaches slightly before and then hit the Lings after. Good thing about this play is the roaches are very tanky and they can tank damage for Lings, but Lings should be the ones doing the DPS, not the roaches. They shouldn't be taking hits. Gets a spine crawler down. I mean, he's won at this point. He won the game earlier. Gonna run by. I'd like to see him take out, I don't know. He's gonna go for some drones, I guess. Really, these roaches aren't gonna do too much because those spines are gonna finish. He's got to get into the mineral line, see what he can do. Nice job getting those Lings past there. Gonna get some more bailing hits in. See how much damage that does. Oh, does a lot of damage. Those roaches are gonna still do a little bit more. Finish off a couple more drones here. So, well played by him. GKR is now gonna have enough to defend this, but without too many drones, there ain't too much you can do. But back on what I was saying, and this is why I hate roaches on one base, because roaches suck against Lings, especially Lings with speed. A little misclick by DoubleD there. Shouldn't matter too much. I'd like to see him just focus down one more roach. Get that down. You got it. Good job. The roaches are only good against Lings in two ways. First, if you have a bunch of roaches, say 10 or more, that are in a clump, that way Lings cannot get a surround on them. They're good. The other way is if you get +1 attack. +1 attack forces roaches to kill Lings in 2 shots instead of 3. Incredibly powerful upgrade to get. Really need to do it. So awesome. It turns the tide in their favor easy. GKR still trying to get gas here. He has actually a decent saturation here. Look at the income. He's actually pretty close. That just shows that Dark Daddy hasn't been droning up as well as he should have. Yeah, he did a ton of damage with his units, but like we all know as Zerg players, if you're making units, you aren't making drones, so it'd be nice right here if he did that damage in there that he needed to do. Well, now one of two things need to happen. First off, you definitely have to have a scout out here. He does have an Overlord up here, but it'd be nice if you had a Ling around here too we could poke up and see with. Maybe bring the Overlord in and see what he has for an army. Because you know GKR is going to do one of two things. He's behind, so he has to be aggressive. There's a Ling coming in now. It's a nice play by Dark Daddy. He's going to see not many units here. Let's see how he tries to follow it up. What I was going to say is GKR is behind in this situation. He has to do one or two things. Either way, he has to do it completely aggressively. Either he goes all in and tries to kill him in one push, or he has to just completely ignore any aggression that might come up and work on pure macro and hope that he can catch up in this game. You see he's just getting spines. He's working on pure macro at this point. Double D getting down the, where is it? The Hydroless Den right there. I think that's a great play. Getting down a few Spore Callers too. He saw the spines. He saw just a couple roaches. That's smart. He thinks mutas are coming. You're far ahead, or you should be further ahead than you really are, but you were pretty far ahead in this situation. Make sure you're safe from that. But again, got to be looking out here, see what he's making. Double D's now just getting, where is he? Just getting upgrades right now. He's not even getting any upgrades. GKR is saying finish me off, which Double D actually can't do in this situation. He doesn't have the army to do it. I think if he would have had more drones earlier on, then he would have been all set. He did take a commanding lead there. Got a lot of guys on gas, which is fine because he has quite a bit more drones on minerals there. Not quite saturated here, but that's fine. I mean, he's spending gas-heavy units, keeping his minerals down. That's a good job. But I don't know, upgrades, he's going to be really far ahead on upgrades, I'll give him that. That's well played by him. I just feel like he's Overlord. Everything I try to say, like, to put him down, he always does something right, and I have to congratulate him for it. What I was going to say is, like, he's got to scout out and see what he's doing, and take advantage of the situation when he's up and winning. He should have taken a third base quite a while ago. That would have given him the income he needed to completely be ahead in this game. Right now, they're probably pretty close on income. Yeah, we see Dark Day's only up by 3 drones. That gives GKR plenty of time to catch back up, especially when he has Infestors. Infestors can be huge in ZVZ, especially when it's mostly Roach Infestor play. If Double D did decide to go muted, Infestors do really well against them. Just nice little clump, and they're going to be all set. Pinker Date, I'm sorry, I'm not going to practice right now. I'm going to set myself to busy. I'm doing some casting. There we go. Another thing to look at for Dark Daddy, this queen right here is almost 100 larvas, 100 energy. This one right here is 75. Now it's down to 50. But still, make sure you're getting those constant injects. Like, he has that saved up while he's even spreading creep. You know, if he's getting those injects down there, he would have been able to make a lot more drones earlier. And we see even right now, look at his larva. He's got 6 larvae saved up. You never want to have larvae saved up, especially when you have money in the bank. What I always tell all my students, 2 things that you need to do to get promoted, whatever league you're in, is spend your larva, get injects. I don't care what you spend your larva on, as long as you're spending it, you will do completely fine. I don't like this idea of taking the space up here. I'll get back on that in a moment. But Double D isn't doing a good job of spending his larva. Also, he doesn't have those in attack move. That could have been a free Overlord he could have killed. That, I think, is something not inexcusable, but it could have made a huge difference. Now, finally checking out these bases, see if he expanded here. I think he should have done this a long time ago. He's not even going to go up there. Just take 1 Ling. Get 1 Ling out of your control group. Send him here. Shift patrol here. He's going to run back and forth. You'll know exactly when he's expanding. He is checking down here, at least, with that changeling to see if he expanded. But really, the red Terran player, red Zerg player, he could have expanded, and Dark Day never would have known about it. He could be really far behind this situation. I think he's definitely made some plays that are really iffy. He should be in a huge commanding lead here. This engagement's not going to go his way, I don't think. Good job backing up. He sees it. And officers, well, go attack that. There's a bunch of free roaches. Anyway, I don't know if that was by accident, just the Lings didn't go in there before, if he told the Lings to get up there before and expected them to get vision, he knows what he's doing. Either way, this does have a little bit of scouting first. These spines and the spore should be out around this area. All of them. That way, for any push to come through here, you know, he can't take out either one of these 2 bases. Double expanding at this point. That should have been an expansion way earlier. Like I said, the third, when he did that pressure and did some damage, should have made some units to account for a counterattack. Once he saw there was no counterattack, expand and drone up. There's a little Lang going. He's going to go check out that base. I'd like to see a patrol on both of them, but at least he is out there now. Okay, burrowing it. That's pretty good. I'll take that at any time. Like I was saying, put put these spines right here. That stops any engagement up here. So right now, those spines down there, not only the two problems, these spines aren't with these ones at all, so you don't have everything attacking at once, but secondly, he can just run right by this and go engage these bases easily. Get them up here, and if you have these watchtowers, and you have good creep spread here, you know what's going on. If you see him going around the bottom or around the top, it's easy enough just to unburrow all your spine crawlers, move them in position, whichever way that may be, and reposition them. You can micro spine crawlers. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it can be done. Many Zerg players just refuse to do that. Finally taking expansion now. You had to get the Overseer to go up there and kill that burrowed Ling, which is good play by Dark Daddy. GKR should have taken that a long time ago. I mean, he's had the minerals to do so. Dark Daddy probably could use another macro hatch. Definitely could have used one earlier if he wasn't planning on expanding. I think it would have been better for him to expand, but missing some minerals there. It's a minor mistake. That isn't a strategy thing, but little things like that can hurt you. What I was going to say is, if you don't, this can be scary because there's an Overseer up there. He knows there's an Overseer, so he's got to be very careful with this. We'll see how he does. He's going to get lucky to be able to get in there, it looks like. Nope. He knows it's there. No, he doesn't. He's going on. Overseer, though, right there, so he's going to lose both of those. That hurts. What was I going to say? I don't know, it was probably about macro. His macro's definitely been off. This is engaging right here. Hydras will do quite a bit of damage. He is on 2-2. His opponent's on 1-1. That'll make a big difference. Fungals are going to be absolutely necessary here. I have not seen good fungals yet. Also, he's engaging away from his spine crawlers. If he would have engaged next to them, that could have been the difference in this matter. Spine crawlers will do a little bit of damage, but GKR, like I said earlier, you got to position those out so they can get all the expansions. Nice fungal down for InfDoubleD, but he's still going to end up losing this expansion because of his poor placement of his spine crawlers. Those would have made all the difference in the world if they were in the right place. That base goes down. InfDoubleD's base up here is going to go down. These spine crawlers he's making now that's just a waste of minerals. If you're going to make more spine crawlers, make them down here where they can actually defend. Those are just going to die instantly. You need, let's see, I don't know how long it is. Spine crawler. You need 50 seconds for them to come up. That's not, I mean, he doesn't have that time. Don't worry about it. Right now, he should be counterattacking. Actually, I take that back. He doesn't have any units at all. I would have liked to see him have some units coming out and counterattacking, but I guess he does not have that. He is up on upgrades. Which is a good thing. These units should be out here defending these spine crawlers. Spine crawlers, they seem beefy, but really they only have 300 life, which, for how much damage they do, that's not much at all. I'd rather have 3 roaches getting hit than 1 spine crawler. Roaches, again, weapon speed 2, and they do 20 damage. That's with two upgrades. Weapon speed 1.85 for a spine crawler does 30 damage against armor, 25 against light, but of course everything that our Zerg player has, mostly all roaches, is going to be armored, so it's going to do some ton of damage. And now, all of a sudden, even though Dark Daddy was way ahead in the game, he didn't do the scouting he needed early to see that GKR was droning up, and he didn't take advantage of that by droning up himself, expanding. Let GKR really catch up in this game. It's really, really scary. That's nothing you ever want to do. Also, if he saw him droning up with a couple spines, it's definitely fair to just make an army and go kill him. But you gotta do either one or the other, and really Dark Daddy didn't either. He sat back, missed some injects, got his hive up now. It's gonna be interesting what he tries to do with that. I didn't even see him do that. Probably just upgrades, I guess. That's what it looks like. What was I saying is, Dark Daddy... That's kind of funny. They're both busting down rocks. They both want to take that expansion. That's funny. They really got to work on taking advantage of the situation. Dark Daddy was way ahead in this game. Didn't capitalize on it, and now he's sitting way behind. These drones will probably come up right here, make a whole new saturating base once that finishes. Dark Daddy looks like he's going to go on at this point. He's so far behind that I don't think it's going to really make too much difference unless he can catch that army completely out of position. But we'll see exactly how that goes. He lost this game early, I think, by just not capitalizing on the situation, like I said about 6 times. And it's too bad too, because he had this game completely wrapped up early. When he came in, hit those drones at the very beginning, took out those when there was just a queen, a spine crawler here, and a couple roaches, that should have been game over. But also, bury that infester. Those are always really nice to hold. There's no overseer here. See, GKR, that's a good thing to show out. When he's out of battle, burning all his roaches, making sure the life can come back on him. Nice play by him. TechFour didn't do that. Not that it's a huge thing, but the infester, what I was trying to get at. Burrow it. It has burrow movement enabled by default. Burrow it and just get it out of the way. And it's such a big thing to save. Every unit counts in ZVZ. Every unit counts in every matchup, but ZVZ, when it's a mirror matchup and you both have the same stuff, one big engagement can really turn the tide. Let's see, yeah, it looks like GKR just maxed out on roaches again, got all his healed. He's gonna go up and check for these expansions. Good play by him. Something to keep in mind. You know these bases, even though all the tech's down here, there's no mining. It doesn't matter. Those bases don't count for better meaning. Check those ones. Those are the only thing that matter. He's gonna have to check these ones eventually, but we'll see if he does that or not. He's just gonna come around. Doesn't have an overseer in there. I'd like to see him killing that creep. Okay, Dark Eye is gonna heal up his roaches. Now he's running up again. He's trying to retreat, but that was an infester hits him. Now he's getting behind the spine crawlers. Like I said earlier, I like to see him in front of the spine crawlers, but only in front enough so the spine crawlers can start hitting everything. He is going to use some of that extra energy he saved up to take that stuff out. But I'm going to just save the game in about 3 situations. First, he took out everything. Actually, I'll back up even before that. It worked out for him, even though it was kind of weird. That roach is going to kill a bunch of drones if he doesn't see it. Here's no engagement. When you see the roach one-on-one base, just macro up, get some speed links for contain, but macro up is completely fine. That's probably the best thing you can do. Engagement coming down from both players. Good job getting that one fungal in first. He's going to actually take out quite a bit of roaches here. Way too late, but at least he's trying. There's the engagement going to come down at this hatchery. TechFour sees it. We'll see how this engagement goes. Yep. No, he stopped. Yeah, that base is gone. Like I was saying, if you see that, macro up. Don't worry about it. Feelings are going to get roaches in the early game. If he gets roaches early, he can't attack you until roach speed finishes, which is quite a bit after lair even. There's no sense of even worrying about it. This engagement and a few others during the game should have been counterattacks, I think. He knows he can't take this army out. He needs to take this army out to keep this base, but he knew he can't. Second thing, when he took out all these drones in the mineral line, really need to take advantage of that situation. Keep scouting the entire time up front. Is GKR making drones or is he making army? You know he has to do one or the other. If he's doing something in the middle, he loses because he can't feasibly do both. TechFour needs to scout out which it is. If he's making drones, then well, TechFour can either make an army and go all in, or TechFour can just make drones himself and be extremely far ahead. Either way is completely fine. If he's making units, just keep an eye on the units. Squeeze out a couple drones here and there, but be safe from an all-in. Get spine crawlers. He did get the spine crawlers up here, which I was really happy with. Second thing, or third thing, I guess. Expand earlier. He had the money in the bank. You can't actually afford a link bailing all-in on one base. To a point, you can for a while, but as it goes on, you will end up accumulating too many minerals. We'll need that second hatch down to take care of it. And lastly, get the spines up somewhere around this area if you can. make sure they're all together, none up here, get them all in the same area, and make sure they're defending all the points that you need to. Map control is absolutely huge here. You don't want to be engaged in anywhere that you are weak. Make sure you're strong everywhere. Here's that main choke point. You want all your spine crawlers here, you want your roach army here, infestors can hang out right by the spine crawlers. When he comes in, just hold. You're ahead. You don't need to engage. Just be safe, hold back, and see what you can do. Other than that, just minor things. Engagements didn't really go his way. The infestor play wasn't as good as it could be. He was up in upgrades. I guess at the end, both players were at 3-3. Oh, I guess Dark Knight didn't quite get third armor yet. Should have had that. He never even tried to harass these bases up here. I don't think he ever really scouted for them. I know he had that burrowed laying down here for a while, but once that died, he should have known that was a base coming down. I never even looked up here, at least to my knowledge. Gotta be aware of what's going on. That constant scouting, saying, okay, what is he doing? How do I react to it? Does he just let GKR just completely go mass drones and catch right back up? And then at the point when GKR started making units, Dark Daddy was kind of doing a little bit of both. Had about the same amount of units as both of them, and then GKR was right back in the income lead, so he was easily able to get right ahead with it. The infestors worked better than the Hydras did in that situation. I like the Hydra play. I think he went a little overboard, but I did like the play, just in case of the Lair Spire. Would have liked that Overlord who came in here to scout, if that was an Overseer. Bring him around back here. Usually you see the Spire right behind the mineral line, or somewhere that's not too easy to scout. I usually put mine right around this area. Some other Zergs do. They'll never have them out here. That's easy to snipe, easy to scout. So sneak in behind here with an Overseer, see if you can find the Spire. But I think his early game was excellent. I didn't agree with all his calls, but the execution of it was perfect. Just make sure you follow up with it, and you had that game won. Just a couple small mistakes, but anyway, that's all for this episode. And teach Dark Daddy ZVZ. I hope you are able to take a lot from this, Dark Daddy. You played that game really well in the beginning and just kind of fell off. Expect you to keep working at it, and eventually, you know, it's all going to click together and you'll start replaying better. Like I've said to you many times, work on your injects, work on constantly spending larva, and that'll make an absolute huge difference. But this is TechFour, signing out.